Previously on What Sold This Week. Not one fucking sale. Nothing on eBay. Nothing on Vinted. Not even a fucking sale on Etsy. A big fat fucking zero. Welcome to this episode of What Sold This Week. I'm your guest, UC Vintage. Hey everyone, welcome back to another video of What Sold This Week. Before we get started, I had some comments on my video and some other YouTuber being a prick. So I'm going to address that in another video, along with another YouTuber that is making fake content and package openings for views. So we'll deal with that in another video. And we'll get right on to what sold this week. Oh, and before we begin, this is the stuff I sold on my private account. Oh my god. Let them fucking comment down below on that. So I sold a Levi's grey t-shirt. It was actually a dear one, £3. Sold it for £8.40. That was a good wee bit of profit on that. Second was a pair of Ben Sherman khaki cords. They were dear. They were brand new though. I paid a £5 for them. Sold them for 13. Good bit of profit on that. And next we have a pair of Levi's chinos. These were £3 and sold for £16.80. And now we have a Montaigne. Is it Montaigne? Montaigne long sleeve layer grey XL, kind of base layer for hiking and hill walking. These go for about £25 second hand. I put it up for 20. The amount of offers and watches I had on that within the first 24 hours was insane. Now the brand new Sopranos, I can't remember if I got this initially with my DVD lot at the beginning or if I bought this from a charity shop, but I know I wouldn't have, if it was from a charity shop, I wouldn't have spent more than £1, and I think it sold for £4.90 on Vinted. So a good wee bit of profit there. What else do we have next? We have this Adidas t-shirt, bought for £1. No, I think I bought for £2. Sold that for £7.50, and it was from a reseller on Vinted. He has got some cool stuff on Vinted. He put it, I checked once he got it, he put it up on Vinted. I think he's selling it for £21. Good on him. If he gets 20, he'll probably wait months to get it, but good on him. But his stuff is so good. He's got so many good, cool, retro, street Adidas gear, and all he sells is Adidas. So good on him. I also sold this Ralph Lauren ocean linen shirt, really nice shirt. Paid £5 for it, sold it for £22.80. Sold this Vans t-shirt, a really nice t-shirt, bought that for £1 and sold that for, I think that's what, £7.50. It was a nice wee t-shirt to get sent out. And I had this for maybe about 3-4 weeks. This is one of the first t-shirts I ever picked up. A Guinness polo shirt. Picked that up for £2 and sold that for £10.90. And finally picked this Warner's Brothers, is it Warner's Brothers? Warner's Brothers body warmer. Not a gilet, it's a fucking body warmer, alright. And picked that up for £3 and sold it on offer for £10. And over on Etsy, I had 4 sales for a total of £98.50. It does say 5 sales there, but because it doesn't do week to week, it does the last 7 days. One of the sales was from another day. So it's actually 4 sales that should be shown for £98.50. Now the downside with that is I won't get to see 70% of that money until either the sellers receive the item or 90 days have passed. So, but it's still sales. Now over to eBay, and I picked this vintage Good, the Bad, the Ugly t-shirt. It was in Italian, but I picked that up for £1 and sold it for £8.40. Next we have Still Game, brand new sealed. Picked this up for £1. sold it for £7.90. Next we picked up this Joseph Turner Pure Lamb's Wool, 100% lamb's wool jumper. Picked it up for £2, and sold it for £18.40. Next we have this Super Dry Hoodie Red. Picked it up for £3 and sold that for £16. That was a really nice hoodie. Another copy of Still Game. This was not sealed. Picked up for 50p. Sold it for £4.90. And now we have UFC 3 on the PlayStation 3. This is my own personal copy. So it sold for £8.70. I picked up this Professor Layton and the Curious Village on DS. Picked it up for £1 and sold that for £4.90. Now here's one of my own. This is my PlayStation 3 remote. I sold that as a personal one and I sold that for £11.90. Next we have, now this is Served His and Hers Games, and it was another YouTuber, I can't remember who it was, and they were going about how it's a good idea to sell these kind of card games and board games leading up to Valentine's Day. And I was actually walking out of the charity shop. I looked down, this brand new pack was sitting there. It was 50p they were wanting for it, and I sold it for £12. So that was a really good bargain for that. 50p into £12. Brilliant. Next we have is a PSP camera. Now this was a bundle I bought personally for myself last week. I bought myself a white PSP with, I think it was 18 games for £40. Now I've already got a PSP, a black one, but I wanted to swap it over because I've got a white PSP4 and I just wanted it to sit there and look so it kind of matched. But when I went and bought it, the guy was handing it over and he turned around and said, "Oh, by the way, there's a couple of wee daft PSP cameras in there." I was like, alright, okay. So I was sitting there and I decided to go through and look, and I thought, what are these? Went and checked them at this comps on eBay, and they go for between £50 and £80 for the cameras. So I was like, they're getting straight on there for sale. So I stuck them both up, sold one literally within 5 minutes, £55. And next I sold this Barber polo shirt. Really nice polo shirt, large. Bought that for £3, sold it for £9. Next I've had this since my DVD collection, so I was super glad to get rid of this because it was quite a big box set. This was Hitchcock, I think it was like 12 movies, and sold for £22.80. And here we have 1987 Topps NFL American Football 1988. These are my personal collection. I've had these in storage for since basically 1988. Do you know what I mean? And sold them for £37. And yes, I sold my white PSP that I was keeping for myself. After looking at the comps online of what I could sell it for and what I paid for it, and I thought, you know what, I'm in it to make some money, and I need some money to build this up if I have to. So if I want to buy another one, I can. Bundled it with 6 games. It came with 18 games and 2 cameras. I've already made £28 profit on that. I've still got 2 cameras worth £100 that I've sold one for 50, and I'll sell the other 8 games separately. So, and as you can see, sold one of the games individually, and it is Midnight Club, and I sold that for £7.80. I also sold this practically brand new Lambretta full zip fleece, and I bought that for £3, sold it for £16.90. And I also bought the white Queen. I think I paid like 70p for that full disc set. Wasn't sure of it, never seen it before, no comps or anything. Decided to sell it or buy it and sold it for £5.60. And then we've got my personal Amazing Spider-Man, and it sold for £15.40. So with the Vinted, Etsy and eBay added up together, that comes to £560.96. So once you deduct fees and postage, actually no fees to deduct, I'm selling on a private account, don't tell anybody. You're looking at maybe about £60 in postage, so you're looking at kind of £500 in sales or profits. which for a part-time seller that started 6 weeks ago, but actually only really started uploading items to eBay 3 weeks ago. I had 1 week, then I had last week where I had no sales, and then this week to have that, I think I'm totally amazed by that. I mean, by other YouTube sellers, I would need to sell 250 fucking shirts at £2 profit to make that. That's not me, I'm sorry. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for your likes. Thank you for your comments. Please don't forget to subscribe down below. It really means it means a lot to me. It really does. And take care. Thanks. Bye bye.